Hi everyone, so that's it. WITMonth is at its end. It is over. Yay, we made it! I had originally asked today kind of this prompt of what did we gain from WITMonth, what have we learned, what did we get out of it, and the first thing I want to say is a huge thank you to everyone who participated in whatever way you participated, whether it was posting pictures of the books that you were reading for WITMonth on Twitter, whether it was posting incredible reviews, whether it was linking to previous posts, whatever it was, thank you. Thank you for thinking about the issue. Thank you for being aware of the issue. Thank you to publishers who compiled lists of their favorite works in translation, and thank you to translators who talked about the books that they're currently translating, and thank you to publications who linked to short stories and talked about their favorite writers, and thank you to just the people who saw this and said, oh, wow, this is an issue. Thank you to all of you for every level of involvement, because that's what this was about. It wasn't about reviews, and it wasn't about literal recommendations. It was about awareness, and I think that we all together did a really good job of raising awareness for an issue that, while it might seem minor, it's part of obviously larger cultural things, but it really does have an impact on our reading, and I feel like that's one of the things I learned from this month, because reading very, very focused a lot of books by women writers in translation, suddenly I realized how different they were from books by men in translation, and also how similar they were, where there were things that were new, and I could feel that this was something that I hadn't had before, and it was shared among these books, and where I realized, there really is no difference, it's just good literature. And that, for me, was a very, very interesting experience. In general, the exposure to new books, I read a lot of new books this month that I only discovered in August, so that was really cool. The compiling of the list, both for WITMonth and the big list that I'm going to be working on over the next few weeks / months, that's been also a really, really interesting experience, and I'm going to talk a bit more about the list concept another time. Seeing the way people got involved was really, really wonderful. For me, also realizing that I can't post every single day, yeah, it's very hard. Seeing the difficulty in finding certain types of books and certain genres and certain designations, and I will talk about this more later, that I thought was very interesting. I thought it was very interesting to see also the sorts of books that kind of kept cropping up again, and how buzz works in the literature and translation world as compared to the outer world. Something I learned that was kind of a side effect. It's not directly about women in translation, but it was interesting, something that I learned. I realized that the problem extends far beyond novel publications, and definitely see the same issue in poetry, and definitely see the same issue in anthologies, or as I called them, manthologies. I still find that funny. I don't know why. I'm not that funny. But yeah, seeing the same problem in anthologies, seeing a lot of very subtly sexist back cover blurbs, and differences in how books were hyped and marketed. Definitely kind of realizing how many books I'd passed over without even realizing it because they weren't given enough attention when they came out, and as someone who's very involved in kind of the whole process, to discover books from 3 years ago that I'd never heard of was such a shock, and it made me realize how easy it is to miss certain books, and I'll also be talking about that in the future separately. But basically, the biggest takeaway was that we belong to a community that is learning and is aware of the problems, and we can fix this. We can definitely fix this. And I will be talking about this a little bit more when I kind of get into what happens now. That's not for today. But basically at this stage I just want to say thank you again to everyone who participated. And, you know, keep in touch. Not going anywhere. So watch this space for the next video.